do you think was most interesting from what we just heard?
Well, the President of the United States really reiterated the message that he wanted to show the world, and especially to show Russia, is the support for Finland and Sweden joining. The fact that he welcomed the two leaders at the White House just hours before he set on this big trip to Asia really showed how important it was for the United States to show support for that process to join NATO. He called it a momentous day. As you mentioned it, he really insisted that Finland and Sweden were the perfect candidates to join NATO. He said that they both had strong democratic institutions, strong militaries, transparent economies, and they meet every NATO requirement and then some. So he sort of tried to block out any question about whether these two countries should be joining NATO. He did not directly address the question of Turkey's opposition to this process, but the two other leaders actually did. The Finnish president, who said that the US could set a crucial, important example for other members of NATO, and so they're counting on the Americans to try to help them convince Turkey to get on board. He also says that Turkey's concerns could be addressed, and that his country condemned all forms of terrorism. That's a sort of a response to some of what the criticism we've heard from Turkish leadership about why they are opposed to Finland and Sweden joining. So these remarks really were meant to send a few messages. One is that very overwhelming support from the United States for Finland and Sweden joining. So that is a message to the NATO members and to Russia, but also a message to Turkey about how good these candidates are and how Turkey should get on board, even though the President of the United States did not directly address that question. We heard yesterday from both the Secretary of State, Tony Blinken, as well as the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, that they have both spoken to their Turkish counterparts. And there is some confidence within the White House that they can convince Turkey to get on board.
Kethevane Gorjestani, live in Washington. Thanks very much indeed for your snap analysis on what we've just heard there from the White House.